Welcome to Bits and Pieces Quilting. Today is another Accu Quilt project, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Michelle, and today I am going to make another project with the Accu Quilt Go cutter that I've borrowed from my friend Kathy. If you saw my previous video on the cute little birds that I made, you may have seen that I'm formulating an opinion on the cutter and that given the investment that it's probably not for me, but holy cow, am I enjoying borrowing it from a friend. So today I am going to make some super cute cupcakes. So let's dive in.
I've pulled these fabrics out for the next project with the Accu Quilt Go, and I'm really excited about it. I am going to make these cupcakes, and it doesn't even look like the mold's been used. So I'll have to ask Kathy if she's ever used it or not. But the cupcakes are super cute. The base is the same, and then there's two different cupcake tops. And I am going to make this as super fun as possible. So I've got a ton of this striped fabric that I actually picked up. If you look at my video on sustainable quilting and sustainability, I picked this up at a place called Eco-Equitable. So it's new to me, but it's a slightly used fabric perhaps. And then I found these in my collection, and I love that they're all dotted like this. It sort of gives that sense of sprinkles on top of the cupcakes, I think. So I think that's gonna look really cute. I'm planning a baby quilt, so I'm gonna do 4x5, or sorry, a 3x4 layout. So 12 cupcakes, so 3 of each of the 4 colors. I think that's gonna look great. And then with some of these leftover pieces, which I still haven't totally sorted out what I'm gonna do with, there's a lot of them here, but I was doing experimenting just a little bit and seeing if I could cut out some of the other shapes on some of the other dies. So I have a couple of these little flowers and a couple of these little centers, and I'm sure once I cut out the cupcake tops out of the colored pieces, I'm sure I'll have other little scraps as well. So I might make these little things to maybe decorate my cupcakes with. I don't know. I've got a ton of this striped fabric. So I think right off the bat, I'm going to start cutting, and I'm going to cut 2 quilts because there's always kids out there who need quilts. So I'm just going to make 2 at a time. I've started also to cut my fusible. These are little 4x4 squares, which I'm going to fuse to the stripes to make the cupcake bases. I'll cut the pieces for the cupcake tops. And then I think it's going to be easy. I've got to find a backing fabric still, but this plan is coming together. The cupcakes are cut out, and I've even managed to cut some of the leftover pieces. Some of my circles got their little edges cut off, but I am still debating about using these as decoration. So we'll see when we get there. I've got one pile for one quilt here, one pile over here. I wasn't sure what size to cut my background. I ended up just going white. I think in a perfect world where I had infinite resources and an infinite fabric collection, something like a really pale yellow or even like a pale blue might have been a nice background, but I don't have either of those or enough of either of those to do that. So I was trying to figure out what size to make my background. And as I laid out this cupcake, I thought a 5.5-inch background would work because I didn't want it too big. And I think that looks really cute. But then I realized that with the overlap, I actually could cut about a 1/2 inch off of the cupcake base. So that's what I did, just to reduce some of that thickness inside the final product. And I don't know, maybe I'll come up with something brilliant to do with that. But I didn't want to necessarily make this a whole lot bigger. That plan kind of maybe sort of backfired a tiny bit on me, because when I got to the other cupcake top, that's over here, that's these ones, I realized that I could actually, oh gosh, that was a terrible cutting job. Can you see that? Woo! I could actually cut off a full inch, which seems like a bit of a horrible waste. But again, I didn't want a huge amount of overlap. And if I was going to get it to fit on a 5-inch block, this is kind of where we ended up. So these still look really cute. I think that no one's ever gonna know, of course. I just know. But then I also cut my next set for the second quilt. I actually cut these half an inch bigger at 6 inches. It's going to mean more space on the sides here, but I will either not cut anything off or just cut off a little bit less on the height of the base of my cupcakes. So, an interesting consideration, and maybe something I should have thought about a little bit more at the outset. Is anyone going to notice the difference between the 5.5 inch versus the 6 inch? Probably not. But I'm glad I didn't cut everything all at once, like sashings and borders and things like that, because this little experiment has shown me that this could look a little different depending on the size of the background squares. So I'm going to fuse a couple of these and get started, but I've got an idea to make these super cute. So I'm going to go try it and I'll show you one way or another. I'll show if it works and I will also show you if it doesn't work, but let's go have a little bit of fun.
These are my cupcakes. Really happy with them. I think they're looking super cute. I just did a little zigzag all the way around. It's actually a little easier to see maybe on the back. I think they look really sweet, but I was thinking, what if I cut out some leftover black and white pieces from some offcuts? I just found them in my odd-sized little scrap bin. What if I cut out eyeballs and give the cupcakes eyeballs? Oh my gosh! I laid out a couple of these. I haven't fused them down yet. I laid them out and Jason came in and just thought they were the cutest things, and I'm super excited about them. I originally thought the eyeballs should be black on the back and then white eyeballs, but that just didn't look right. And so I Googled a little bit more and I realized I had done it backwards. So I need white backings with little black circles for the eyeballs. And it's incredible to me how, I don't know, maybe how primitive our brains are, how completely different just slight adjustments can be, how completely different and completely strange if I move the pupils into the middle of the circles, and like it just, the tiniest little adjustment makes a huge difference. If I push the pupils up this way, they kind of look like it's looking off to the side, which I think is super cute. Or if I move them down and centered, it looks maybe a little cross-eyed, which is maybe not quite right. Spreading them out a little bit, making them a little off center. It's incredible how a tiny little shift can make them look incredibly strange. So these are fusible. I have some scraps of the fusible, and so these do have the papers on the back. So I'm going to have to be really careful when I iron these down. I've made about 4 or 5 sets of eyes. I'm going to have to make a whole lot more eyes, but I have all these scraps. So I'm going to do it. I think for a kid's quilt, little cupcakes with these little eyeballs on them are going to just be really, really adorable. Once I get the eyeballs sewn on, I need to figure out how to sew these together. So I had originally thought I might take this fabric and put just some sashing together to put them together, but I don't have that much of it. It's got the nice spots on it like the cupcake fabric does, but I don't think it's enough to do sashing and borders. But I think it will be enough for borders. So then I got to thinking, this is going to be for a kid, so why don't I make it super bright? So what I'm thinking of doing is cutting 1.5 inch pieces and just putting little borders around my blocks. So I'll put red borders around the red ones, and I've got the yellow and the green and the blue like this. So I'll just cut 1.5 inch strips and put a little border. Then I can use the white fabric to put sashing between them to sew them together. And then I can use the blue for the border. So I think that's going to be my plan going forward. The sashing strips are going to be really simple, 1.5. These are my 6 inch blocks, so I'll cut 1.5 by 6. And then I'll measure this just to be sure. Gosh, can I do that math quickly in my head? It's going to be, what is it going to be? It's going to be 9 minus, well, anyway, it's probably going to be about 8 inches across this way. But I'm going to cut those and put borders on each of these and then white sashing. I think it's going to look super cute. So this is the first of the cupcake quilts, all finished. I haven't hand sewed the binding yet, but I have the rest of it quilted. I just used a white thread and an all over free motion design, but I didn't go over the center of the cupcakes. I really like the little colored squares around the borders, around the blocks to frame them up. And I think it looks really sweet. I hope some kid really likes it. I put a really cozy flannel on the back in some nice bright colors so it's nice and soft. And so let's put this one down and then I'll get Jason to hold up the cupcakes with the eyeballs. And here are the cupcakes with the eyeballs. They are super, super charming and super silly. They make me smile. They make me laugh every time I look at it. Quilted the same way as the other one. Hopefully the kids that get these don't have an opportunity to compare, but these were a lot of work, which is why I didn't put eyeballs on the second one. I think I love this one the best, kind of looking up, looking a little confused. This guy's given the little side eye over here. Some of them look innocent. The personification, the anthropomorphization, it's so powerful to our little primitive brains, isn't it? Really happy with this. This one also has the same backing as the other one, and I still need to finish the hand sewing on the binding, but another super cute finish, I think. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I love the little eyeballs on those cupcakes. I just think they're super charming, and I'm really glad I did 2 at a time. It made the time and the effort really, really worth it. I'm thrilled to be able to donate these baby quilts, and I hope some little kids and their families love them. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to make the most of your fabric bits and pieces.